Hello, Dr. Joe here of the drjoe.com and the 2020from.com. So one of the things I love about lifestyle medicine is how I keep coming across simple discoveries that have profound influence on our health. And I'm talking about, simple lifestyle interventions that anyone can implement on a daily basis, and this will have a profound influence on our health. And I'm talking about, real positive impact on our health. In today's video, we're going to be talking about reducing our risk of heart attacks and how a simple lifestyle intervention can reduce our risk of heart attacks. And this simple intervention is consuming a simple fruit that is available all over the world, and this will have a positive impact reducing our risk of heart attacks. So what is this fruit? Well, before I tell you about the fruit, let me just point you in the direction of my book, a quick plug-in. This is my book on managing high blood pressure using lifestyle approach. And I will encourage you to get it because I'm going to be leaving links to get the book right below this video. If you've got high blood pressure, I will encourage you to get this book. Even if you don't have high blood pressure, you should still get a book because it will help you to prevent high blood pressure. So, what is this fruit? Well, here it is. It is an apple. Okay, an apple. How an apple can help us reduce our risk of heart attacks. And I've got two studies to support what I'm saying here. So, without further ado, let's get into the studies. So the background to all of this is that LDL cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol, really doesn't cause any problem until something crucial happens. What's that crucial event that has to happen? Well, it is the oxidation of the LDL cholesterol. The LDL cholesterol has to be oxidized before it becomes potentially harmful to our arteries. So this is briefly the process. When you have oxidized LDL cholesterol, it's picked up by the macrophages, and those macrophages will then transform the complex into cholesterol-laden foam cells, which ultimately will result in hardening of the arteries. Once the arteries are hardened, then you have plaques in the arteries. So that's essentially the process. What does this mean? It means if there is no oxidation of this LDL cholesterol, then you don't get this end product, the plaques in the arteries. So this is essential for this. Okay, oxidation is essential for plaques in the arteries. And what we're going to be looking at is this very study here. Is a Polish study titled Intakes of Apples or Apple Polyphenols Decrease Plasma Values of Oxidized LDL cholesterol / beta 2 glycoprotein 1 complex. Okay, so I'm just going to talk to you briefly about this very study. What happens when you give one apple a day to study participants for 4 weeks? What happens? Well, essentially, what happens is you lower their blood levels of the oxidized LDL cholesterol. That's essentially what happened in this very study that was carried out in Poland. And just to let you know that they also randomized the one apple a day with placebo, and the placebo failed to deliver. And that shows that it was the whole apple that did the job, and it wasn't just an accident because the placebo failed to deliver. So that is what one apple a day can do for you. One apple a day will reduce your levels of oxidized LDL cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol, and reducing your oxidized LDL will reduce your risk of forming plaques in your arteries, which means you ultimately reduce your risk of having heart attacks. So that's one apple a day. So if one apple a day can do that for us, what will 2 apples a day do for us? So let's have a look at that. And here's what happens when you give 2 apples a day. Okay, so in the first study, we gave 1 apple a day.
And what if study participants ate 2 apples a day? And if you randomize that with sugar beverage, what do you get when you recruit 40 men and women into the study with an average age of 51 years? And these 40 men and women have high cholesterol levels, and you give them 2 apples a day for 8 weeks. What happens? Very briefly, what happens is that with 2 whole apples a day compared with a sugar beverage, you get reduced total cholesterol. Okay, 2 apples a day will reduce your total cholesterol. 2 apples a day will reduce your LDL cholesterol. 2 apples a day will reduce your triglycerides, and this is very, very, very important. And of course, 2 apples a day will also get your smaller blood vessels to become more relaxed over the 8 weeks period. So, where's the study? Well, here it is. It was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition with the title 2 apples a Day Lower Serum Cholesterol and Improve Cardiometabolic Biomarkers in Mildly Hypercholesterolemic Adults, a randomized controlled crossover trial.
So there you go, folks. An apple a day will do wonders for your heart. It will do wonders for your cholesterol levels, which will impact your risks of having a heart attack. Now, apples are available all over the world. They're not very expensive. If you cannot afford 2 apples a day, just consume one a day. And you'll be doing your heart a lot of favors. You'll be doing your heart health a lot of favors by just consuming 1 apple a day. 2 a day, even better. I've started doing that, and I will encourage you to start doing the same. So, hopefully you got some value from this very video. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Please like the video, and also please share this video with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues. If you got any questions, any comments regarding the content of this video presentation, please go ahead, leave your comments or questions down below. I think that's about it for this video. Until next time, well, this is Dr. Joe signing out.